Welcome to Britain Fights Back. As you know, we're a new channel and can do with your support. You can do this by pushing the free-to-use subscribe button below. This helps our channel grow, but costs you nothing. Now, let's talk Labour and the rape of British children. More and more attention is being paid to Labour MPs and councillors who have been reported or investigated by police for sick child SA offences. And what is now emerging is looking like a historic cover-up, not just one but continuous. Former QC, Grenville Janner, was named Baron Janner of Braunston, Leicester, in 1997, after serving as a Labour Party MP for 27 years, at Leicester North West, then Leicester West. In September 2014, The Times reported that Mike Creedon, currently the Chief Constable of Derbyshire Constabulary, claimed that in 1989, while he was serving as a detective sergeant, senior police chiefs severely limited his inquiries into paedophilia allegations against Janner, despite credible evidence, which warranted further investigation. In 2013 and early 2014, Leicestershire Police searched Janner's home in North London and his offices in the House of Lords, in connection with an inquiry linked to historical child abuse allegations. A file of evidence against Janner was sent to the CPS, but he was not interviewed by the police. During Leicestershire Police's operation, Enamel, more than 20 men were interviewed who claimed Janner had abused them before they were adults. The CPS stated that the case met their evidential test for prosecution and they would have prosecuted on 22 counts of indecent assaults and buggery, against 9 people. But, and there is always a but, when it comes to Labour versus Child SA, they decided, the evidence failed the public interest test, as Janner was diagnosed with Alzheimer's disease in 2009, and the associated dementia had progressed to a point where he could not engage with the court process, and his evidence could not be relied upon. This meant that a court case could not proceed. However, witnesses have testified that Janner was not only lucid in 2013 but was also seen driving his car. Alison Saunders, who took over from Starmer as head of the Criminal Prosecution Service, stated that the earlier decisions made by police, and the CPS not to prosecute, were wrong. After the announcement in 2015, Leicestershire Police blamed the CPS statement for past failures in the investigations into Janner's activities. They said it was considering a request for a judicial review into the CPS decision. It also emerged, during the same time, Janner had written to the House of Lords clerks indicating that he did not wish to cease being an active peer. John Mann, who was then campaigning to retain his Bassetlaw seat for Labour during the 2015 general election, told the Daily Telegraph that all the documents relating to the upper chamber's contact with Janner should be made public. He said, "I don't see how you can sign a document relating to membership of the House of Lords if you have dementia." A cross-party letter coordinated by Simon Danchuk, a Labour politician, signed by 11 politicians from 7 parties, was published in the Times newspaper. The signatories asserted, as long as justice is not seen to be done and the greater public interest is not served, the public will see attempts to investigate establishment figures involved in historic child abuse as a whitewash. And another one. In a tweet on X, Jim Ferguson, founder of Freedom Train International, he states, "Abdulmajid Rahman, a former Labour councillor, has been jailed for 3 years and 8 months after being found guilty of possessing and distributing over 100 indecent images of children, including the most severe Category A images." Rahman, who represented Newport's Victoria Ward for Labour, resigned abruptly in 2021 under the guise of personal reasons. Why was the public kept in the dark? The Daily Mail newspaper ran with the headline, "Married Labour councillor, 34, who shared images of children being raped and had stash of 100 sex abuse videos on his iPhone and laptop is jailed for more than 3 years." The paper went on to state, Rahman shared vile child abuse footage online and discussed his paedophile fantasies with others. Rahman, 34, hid his secret porn addiction as a former city councillor and stood as a Labour candidate in the Welsh Parliament elections. However, rather than showing pity for the children, he said, "This has now ruined my life, my career is finished and so likely is my marriage. I was providing for my family and now I have nothing. I do not know what I will do for a job. My options will be very restricted by virtue of the sex offender notification requirements." What are your thoughts on this? Have your say by leaving a comment in the box below, and join our growing community. For now, I'll say, stay safe, stay warm, and we'll chat again soon.